Well, I didn't pay a lot of attention being in the East. We didn't have them on our schedule for a while. I mean, I read like everyone else does that they were struggling. I think when you struggle for that long, it's probably not one thing. There's a confidence issue in your team. I know they let some leads get away. They let one get away last night. Understand they played well, but Colorado will do that to you. They can score in a hurry. But we know they're dangerous. They beat us both times we played them last year. So for us, it's, okay, we got to take care of business, what they do well. They got some dangerous forwards, make them earn their ice, make them check, force them to defend in their own end, break pucks out clean, not give them easy transition. I think we fell into that trap. I know here, up there, we didn't play very well in Buffalo. We got, I think it was the second period, we kind of had some breakdowns and they just pulled away from us. So I'm thinking back to last year. I know they got a new coach, but some of the same players are there. And then after that, to be honest, you're talking about your own team. What have we done well to win games now for a while? So let's use that formula and let them adjust to us.
You mentioned it, new coach. You have had coaches over the years, last few years. You saw a lot of them when you were in the East. Is there a hallmark of a Lindy run coach team?
Well, he was in Jersey, and again, I came this way. I think when I was in Boston, Dallas, so I think we've always been on opposite conferences. So the Jersey teams could score. They were rushed, they were transition, they could hurt you in a hurry. This team has some of the same attributes. Sometimes that's just personnel more than the coach. I think for years, when I wasn't in the league watching his teams in Buffalo, they had Dominic Hasek, and they found ways to stay in games with great goaltending and timely scoring, and they're probably more the opposite type of team. So sometimes you adjust to your personnel, and he's been in the league a long time, Lindy, so he's clearly able to do that.
What's the next step for your team to take, or the next kind of thing you want to install? Maybe they're two different separate things.
No, we've been working hard on our penalty kill, which translates to defensive side of the puck. Been working hard on our return to D-zone rush defense. Whatever, there's different categories for that. Plays between the blue lines, so end plays before they get started in our end. And we're making progress with that, Gary. But we want to stick with that. Power play, we want to keep building. That's probably an area we should revisit. What are these teams taking away, and what adjustments can we make? But we have time for that. That's not costing us hockey games. Offensive side of the puck, we had a determined effort to be better in the O-zone, not just the rush game. And at the start of the year, we were. Now we're yes and no type of team. So I would say that's probably the area we'll keep pounding away on to make sure that you can rely on that game and when the rush game and the power play dries up. So I would say involving the D, which we've been doing lately. Zach scored, Nick scored, Hanny scored lately. So keeping them involved in the rush, whether it's in the O-zone play and getting pucks through or activating down the wall like Hanny did the play to Olesen last night, being part of that attack, or just being up the ice on the rush like Whitey's goal the other day. So I would say continuing to keep our D involved in the offensive part of the game. That'll be both rush and O-zone.
Watching the game from upstairs is deceptive. That decision to keep the puck, try to make a play or dump it in, you can kind of see it 2-3 seconds ahead of time. From upstairs, it's probably way different. It is way different down low. How good is your team right now at making the right decision in those instances?
Well, we have a veteran group, and I think when it goes south for us a little bit, those are the days we don't make good decisions. I think when our team gets exposed, every once in a while it's going to get out competed in the slot. It happens. The best teams in the league will have, but when it truly gets away from us, we're not managing the puck. Teams are getting easy offense against us, and they're getting excited because they get easy offense. When we're playing well, we're a hard team to create offense against. So that's a bit of a mindset, and I think teams know that when they talk about, okay, what are the Vegas Golden Knights? You're going to have to get inside. You have to work to get inside against a big D. We start mismanaging pucks, and it's 3-on-2s, or D are coming 4-on-2s. Then they get excited because it's easier to get inside when you have numbers, and we can't clog it up. So our team is good at it because A, we've learned how to win in this league. And B, like I said, we've had guys that have been around for a while and understand And C, I think they're held accountable if they don't. I think we're not afraid as a staff to say, hey, I guess not tonight. You know, you can go play in another line if you want to play that way if you're not going to play our style of play. So those are the hammers coaches have, ice time, and every once in a while you have to use it. And I think players do understand that's just an area of the game. There's some non-negotiables with the team that, hey, we're not robots. We're going to make plays. We have skilled players that are paid to make plays. We're going to make them at the right time as much as possible.
Speaking of the lines, what did you like about the changes we made last night? What made you want to stick with them?
Some of the changes we made were moving Coley back with Howie and Pearson, a bigger straightforward line, getting Pav back with Carly. I always thought that Pav and Carly had some chemistry, a shooter on that line. Then we flipped Olesen and Pearson a little bit late. That was just we thought Ole wasn't getting the puck into the middle to Jack, driving it deep, getting closed off. Maybe Pearson could do that. It's not that much of a knock on Ole. It's just the way the game was playing out. So we went back to it this morning of Ole back up with, he's playing against his old team, so hopefully he's motivated tomorrow. Leaving Pearson with Howie and Coley looks like the type of line we've always had around here, good forechecking, heavy, get to the net. And that leaves Pav with Hurdle and Carly and the younger guys together. So we'll see how it goes.
About facing a team that you're not familiar with, at least this year. Is there a ratio of how much you concentrate on your team versus the other team? Is it 60-40? Is it that big?
Well, it's definitely tilted towards us. So I would say going into the game, it's 75-25, and here's what they do well. This is what we should do to counter that. Here are the couple things that we do have to be really mindful of. And then as the game went on, for example, Philadelphia last night, right? Shot blocking team. So we talk about it before the game. Those little sifters or soft wrist shots from the point, they're knocking down and they're taking off. So they'll turn your offense into their offense in a hurry with shot blocking and defense. We like to create transition off good defense too. They do it more with a clog the middle, block the shot, give them the outside shot and get going. Last night they started more with the high flip than I remember up there. And they'd send guys up the middle of the ice, high flip, try to put our D at a disadvantage with the trying to, corral those pucks and get offense that way. So that's an in-game adjustment where, hey, as soon as that puck lands on the ice, D, let's bump it to the boards quick, because they're coming through the middle. We'll get support there and see if we can transition off that and try to neutralize some of that. So some of it becomes in-game. I think you have to make what's happening in real time. You can watch all you want, but until you see it. So then it becomes a little more tilted towards them in-game on what they're doing and what can we do better. But honestly, most of the time, if we're going well, they're adjusting to us. That's when we're at our best, right? We're defending well, we're checking well, we're working above people. We're working above people, Darren, no matter who we play. That's a staple of our team. We have to get above their middle speed. Every team has good centerman in this league. McDavid is the guy that you're always using as the barometer guy, but McKinnon has it. And then you go to the next team, and then it's Rupe Hintz, and you go down the list, Scheifele. So you got to do it against everybody. You can't just take a night off in that area.
You mentioned, Bruce, it's a group, that our group is pretty good at self-assessing. I think you said after the game last night that your job to remind them at times. Was it a combination of the two that did the trick after the first game?
Well, I reminded them, and then I hope that they self-evaluated well, right? I think they did. We seemed to have a good start to the period. We got a break with Haig's goal. The other one was a good rush defense. They caught us in a bit of a line change. Jack makes a good read coming through the middle of the ice. Hanny and Petro don't get stuck. They stay in the middle of the ice, wait for help. We transition. We score by going to the net. Something we didn't do in the first period very well, I didn't think. The second goal is D staying up on pucks. Let's be on our toes. Don't let them get it and flip it out. Let's be on top of them. And Haig happens to go to the net with it, and Coley, they make a play that rattles around. It goes in. So it got us going. So I think there was a little bit of both, to be honest with you. I've said this many times. I believe most of the time they know what happened in the period. But as I said, it's my job to remind them and have my voice in case they don't see it the same way I do and go from there.